Alright. Time to get my ass kicked a bunch, but maybe, just maybe today, I might actually have a chance at beating this. Gosh, I would be so happy. I love this game. I have problems with this game. But the thing I want the most, more than anything else... Oh. Being at full or low integrity increases weapon damage by 10%. That's kind of messy. Oh, did I turn... Oh, no, I turned it down. Okay. I love this game, I hate this game, but the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that I'm not... I want to finish the plot. Like, I almost... Ow. I really wish that this game specifically had, like, a really easy story mode. Ow. I got clobbered. Come on! That was messy. It's fine. I wish this had a much easier story mode, and then just switches over to a free play mode with Ascension. I don't necessarily mind what it is. I have enough for this. But it's one of those where, I just want to get to the end of the story mode so I can kind of play it in a more casual sense. Improves the chances of finding salvage from hostiles. Hell yeah. Hey, thank you, Bash Boy, for the... What is that? 3-year? 3-year resub. Dang. Thank you. What the hell is this? I have no idea. Yeah, this looks brutal. Returnal is hard. It's hard for a lot of reasons. It's... timing, positioning, weapon... Nope, that didn't work. Timing, positioning, enemy types, damage, lack of loot. It is not an easy roguelike, and it revels in that, which is kind of like a good and a bad thing. Because I certainly, like, enjoy the core gameplay loop. It's fun, but it's just kind of frustrating in equal measure, and I'm still kind of like jury's out on whether or not I truly like this game, or if I just really like the basic core gameplay loop that they created, and wish they had made it just slightly friendlier to me. I don't know. We'll see. One of the biggest issues that I do run into is the fact that you start with this really dinky pistol. Because now that I'm in Act 2, everything's just kind of tough. Let's see. Oh, that's actually really good. The dinky pistol comes with no upgrades, which makes it just kind of piddly. And if you have to fight anything tough, you're pretty much just in a bad way. I mean, obviously, some of the moves got upgraded, but it doesn't have any of the cool pistol perks that makes it, frankly, incredible. And I'm mostly coasting through by merits of the fact that I'd say I'm decent at this game. I think I'm decent at this game. An unfortunate part is, it's a little, it's not that bright in my office, but I have just, like, a teensy bit of glare. There we go. Oh, hey, sweet secret. Please be one with guns. Oh, shit, no. That's the one. That's the one with the mid-boss in it. That will kill me. It drops some goodies, but it is not worth fighting. At least not as I currently am. Increases max integrity, reduces repair efficiency. I'm mixed on that one. I generally prefer repair efficiency more than anything else. Okay, get anything else cool? I mean, got another resin at the very least. Wait. What's this? Learned about this game. One of the reasons why it's so difficult is because the devs mentioned they love watching a YouTube channel called Girlfriend Reviews. They always make fun of big flashy attacks as Christmas diarrhea lights. So the devs added extra Christmas diarrhea lights to the game just because of them making fun of it. Ugh. I'll admit, one of my biggest issues with this game, one of my biggest issues with the game is that a lot of the enemies are actually really hard to tell what the hell they're doing. Because they're so woogly, you know, big tentacles and floppy bits. It's not so bad now that I've gotten further used to it, but there's definitely that kind of feeling of just, like, clutter. It's not something I complain about because I've gotten used to it, but compared to Dark Souls where, like, you know what shit does... Oh, missed. Okay, we got any other turrets? Yes. There we go. Oops. Okay, we do have another turret somewhere in here. There it is. Now, you may be wondering why I'm meleeing these things. Is because I'm generally safer hitting them in melee. Holy shit, that actually worked out. Please, for the love of something, give me a gun. A gun or a key so I can go back and open up one of those chests. Let's see, you can thank Girlfriend Reviews for why this game is so hard. I mean, no. I'm not actually going to point to them for why this game is difficult, because ultimately, it's the devs that made that decision, and that, honestly, that would be like a developer adding, oh god, what are some of my worst pet peeves? Or things that I make fun of games for? I mean, grind. That'd be like a developer making their game, like a really good game, they're like, yeah, but we really like watching Wanderbot, and he always complains about how grindy games are. So we made it twice as grindy just because we think it's funny. And I'd just be like, holy shit, that sucks. Oh. One of these. Fall into the void. But that's okay. We got what we wanted out of that. I probably should have looked for one of the grapple points, but I figured I could make it. Please, sir. Can I have gun? There we go. Like, I'm not doing half bad, despite my limitations. Oh, there's a chest up above. That's what I need. What do you got? Auto repairs while at low integrity. Eh. I like the idea of that, but with the extra repair bonus, I should be okay. But it does remind you the devs aren't machines and can make decisions for dumb reasons. Yeah. God damn it, it's locked. Alright, I don't think the upper one is. I don't know. I will always be an advocate for games having easier difficulty modes. Nothing saddens me more than hearing people say, like, yeah, I can't play this game. Because of, like, X reason. Like, I love Dark Souls dearly. Doombringer. With Ricochet. Never really leveled up the pistol whole lot here, but, like, I like Dark Souls dearly. It remains one of my favorite game series. And, like, I should probably sit down and play Bloodborne, but specifically for Bloodborne, I had to put the game, like, shelve it because it was just getting to be too much for me. I'm sure if I went back to it now, I'd actually be totally fine. I think I was just kind of frustrated, and maybe some other reasons. I'm not really sure. But, Oh, right. That's what that is. But it's one of those that I know there's always going to be people that don't have as much time or skill with the game and just will never be able to complete it. No matter, like, how good the game is, it's just, like, a statistical, potentially, like, a physical impossibility for them. And I hate the idea of that just from the perspective of, like, I feel like everybody should be allowed to enjoy games. And I realize that, like, you know, by making a game harder, it appeals to, like, a more hardcore fan base. And there's very much that, like, that trade-off that a lot of developers will make. But I always feel like you could actually just have, like, a couple of easier modes. Let's see, I don't remember my old account password. You snake. Oh, alright. Well, welcome back all the same. Hello. What is this? Pick up a resin gives you a shield against the next hit. Yeah, why not? So where's Shell for this? Since she was here for the beginning of the series. So, at this point, we're out of the... I'm not going to say we're out of the story mode, but this game's hard. And so we're not going to see story progress for like 2, 3, 7 hours. Who knows? Like, there's the possibility that I absolutely just rock this run. And we get straight to the end, at which point I'll call Shell into the room. And we'll finish the game up. Or we won't, you know, I'll die midway through a bunch of times, make no progress at all, and I'm okay with that, just because I enjoy the core gameplay loop. But Shell being the viewer, to her, she's just watching me run around and die. Difficulty modes are always appreciated, but it's nice to beat a well-balanced game that didn't have one. I think my main thing is I would almost say get rid of difficulty modes in general and have accessibility options instead. So for example, for this game, just give me double money. Why not? Or like max health upgrades count twice, or proficiency raises just a little bit faster. Like, there's a bunch of little things that you could absolutely add sliders for. That would drastically increase the accessibility of this game to other people. Okay. I don't like the coil spine shredder. I'll stick with the sidearm for the time being. But one of the big sticking points that I guess I'm stuck on is I'm trying to max out a lot of these gun perks. So if we look at this one, we're leveling up Ricochet, just to unlock it. But what we want to do is get a number of these perks up to level 2. Because that's where the true power comes from. And unfortunately, that takes a while. Let's see, can I get up there? Oh, yes, I can. We've been addicted to Binding of Isaac lately. I really tried to get into the new DLC. I think I just bounced off of it for whatever reason. I want to get back in, but it's tough. I think it's just played hundreds of hours back in the day, so it's just like, I don't know, the mystique of the game is gone. Even if the new items are cool. And the new endings. You. Gone. Right. There we go. Anybody else? Yeah, there's at least this guy. There we go. And somebody said stop hitting them in melee. I'm way better for it. Some games are made better by being difficult. But it's a very hard and fine balance because it needs to be supported by the game itself. My main thing is just, like, for average players, that's 100% true. Like, if this game had been considerably easier, I think a lot of people wouldn't be interested in. Or at least less interested, me included. But as part of the reason why I always talk about, like, accessibility sliders as being, like, a really good thing, because not everybody is you or me. Not everybody can pick up this game and just play it normally. So from the perspective of, like, the fact that you can't save in this game, I really wish that that had been a toggleable option. Because I feel like that's almost something that you should let the player decide, what do I want to deal with today? You know, keep the challenge, but at least have that as a toggle. But even stuff like, honestly, even permadeath. You know, that hide it in the option settings. Don't confront the player with the option for this at the very beginning of the game. It's like, do you want to play this hardcore mode, or do you just want to play it normal? Like, have everybody go in with hardcore, but if you want to go into the accessibility options, you know, right alongside color blindness or whatnot, you can. Because not everybody can just play these games normally. And I always see the argument, that might actually, that's really good. Let's grab that one. Do not want that one. I see people defending this game and games that are hard. That's actually kind of good. I have a spoiled resin just because of it. But a lot of people defend games being hard as kind of like a mark of pride or something, but it's just like, it always feels like they're kind of just ignoring the fact that not everybody is the same. Not everybody has, like, unlimited times, or unlimited time to, like, play a game in a given day. Not everybody has hands that function. And maybe some part of this is, like, I see the writing on the wall for myself. That, like, there is going to be a time, you know, probably 20 years down the line where my hands don't work that well. Just because old. Or, you know, my reflexes aren't great. And I'm gonna be kind of sad that all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but, like, slowly over time, games like this just become actually impossible for me, as opposed to just wildly inconvenient. Speaking of wildly inconvenient, this kind of blows. Let's hope it's not Beastman, but it's totally Beastman on campus. Okay. Aha. I really gotta be patient with the overloads. Also, Ricochet is actually really good. Wait, did the boss die? Did he kill himself? I got him! That's great. Let's see. Grab that one. But yeah, this is why I like the idea of accessibility sliders so much, because it's like, you design around the common person, you know. This is what we're shooting for. If we want it to be this hard, you know, get rid of easy, medium, and hard. They're stupid anyway. Like, they're terrible ways of, like, balancing a game, because, like, easy is usually cakewalk, medium is usually cakewalk, hard is usually either actually hard or, like, a huge step up. I have a 6-month-old baby, and the only games I can play anymore are super casual games. Just don't have the time in the day to learn anything new. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not saying that every game needs to cater to every single person. Like, there's no way in the world that... Oh, what's a good example? I mean, Call of Duty, for example. There's no way in the world that Call of Duty will probably ever cater to the extremely... Well, I don't know. Maybe it does. I never play Call of Duty. But, like, certain games will never cater to people, but I feel like it's so easy to just add accessibility options that suddenly make, you know, single-player games especially actually accessible to everybody. Let's see, there's the one game where the easy was hard and the hard was easy. What was the name? That might be... That might be Metro? Maybe not. I know with Metro specifically, you could run out of ammo on the easier difficulties. Whereas in the hardest one, Ranger mode, everything died a lot faster. So, despite the fact that, like, you died a lot faster, you had a lot more ammo to contend with things. Okay, I don't see anything else there. Should we put the clips in Discord as well? I would prefer it, yeah. If possible. Okay, big and spooky. Is that mine? Or are those his? Nope, those are his. Oh. That's what that does. Ow. Shield file up. This sucks. I do not have the gun to contend with this guy right about now. That is brutal. am contending with him. But boy howdy, that was tough. It's the same gun, but slightly better. I'll take it. I don't think I like it. I'll take it. I'm shocked I didn't die there. I am running some trash guns right now. This looks ridiculously hard. It is. Like, that's part of the reason why I'm so, like, vehement about this whole, like, potential accessibility option thing is, like, this is not an easy game. This is hard enough that I have trouble enjoying it sometimes. I think Monster Hunter, I think Monster Hunter is actually a really good example of kind of how to make these big fights kind of fun. And I think also because Monster Hunter has those, like, multiple difficulty modes, because you've got low rank, high rank, and then master rank, to some degree. And so, like, having those options, it's like, oh yeah, I can put this on, like, the difficulty that I want it to be, and have it be as hardcore as I want it to be. Because with this one here, it's just like, boy, I was running that fight with a pea shooter and just hoping for the best. Yeah, speaking of Returnal, you don't die from huge damage, but from hard attack patterns. Making enemies deal less damage won't make it simpler, but probably would kill the fun. Nah. Making it so enemies do less damage would make the hard attack patterns that much more tolerable, because you get punished far less for getting smacked around. When I get two-shot by a monster, I'm not learning, I'm not learning when a monster two-shots me. The only thing I gain out of being two-shot is frustration. And maybe finger pain. Pop this open? Sure. There we go. But yeah, also, someone else putting on an easier setting does not make the game any less fun for you. It's so weird, that strange... That strange defensiveness. You know, you'll still get them and feel frustrated, and then after killing that enemy, you'll probably feel like you didn't deserve this win. That's the problem. My dude... I feel like you're arguing purely from your own perspective, and you're having trouble stepping outside of that zone right there. Because, like, way to speak for me. Because, like, if I throw it on an easy difficulty and I wreck a monster, I don't say, wow, that sucked. You know, that was boring. I say, like, alright, cool, moving on. The only times I play a game where I'm like, man, that was too easy, was, like, balloons. And you know what I did? I turned it from medium difficulty, which I found to be too easy, to hard, and now I can barely win. And it feels very satisfying. And it's not that, like, somebody else playing... Ow. It's not like somebody else playing balloons exclusively on easy with the double cash mode is ever going to make balloons feel worse for me. If anything, like, I don't care. The only reason why I care about how other people play balloons is purely from the perspective of them yelling their strategies at me. Oops. Oh, new gun power. I like that. Ow. Messy. But no, if you care about how another person plays a game, it better be something like Call of Duty. Okay, this is actually safe. Because it doesn't make any sense to care about how somebody else plays in a single-player game. That's why I said probably, not 100% sure. But it's not probably. I guarantee you it's not Ow. I don't even know what hit me. One of these guys must have shot me through the dying enemy and I didn't see it. Oh. Well, do I have any healing? Nope. Balls. This area is a mess for very little. Ooh, Hollow Seeker. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, especially with the turret. Ah, damn it. I think Hollow Seeker is better, but Dreadbound is equally good. Shoot. So, Hollow Seeker has the portal that will shoot at other enemies, and this just does shit tons. I'm probably gonna roll Hollow Seeker just for that portal. But no, I guess I always get really testy in this specific argument, question mark, because it feels like I have a lot of people that are arguing somehow on my behalf to make sure that I have the unadulterated experience that they had. And when I try and say, like, hey, I don't actually enjoy the games that are this, like, finger blisteringly difficult, I get a lot of people that say, like, yeah, but it ruins the experience for you. And I'm like, not really. Like, if Bloodborne was easier, I'd be like, yeah, that was fun. If it was harder, I'd be like, well, I can't play this. And, like, I feel like these games that are super difficult absolutely have their place. I'm just always going to question, do they need to be uniformly hard, or why not have some options that change it to be easier? You know, you don't have to make the game easier itself. Just make it so that if somebody wants to not be stuck here forever. Because that's always my thing. Especially with really hard games, is there, I always feel like I'm kind of trapped by them. That it's like, how long is it going to take me to beat this game? 5 more runs? 1 more run? Is this the run? I don't know. You know, how long is it going to take me to beat Dark Eater Meteor? The answer was like 3 weeks? It was like 3 weeks of streams for us to beat Dark Eater Meteor. It was ridiculous. And, like, it wasn't even fun anymore. Thank you, Portal Beam. Holy shit, that Portal Beam is so good. Oh, right. I forgot. Acid pools. I agree with Wonder. I refuse to play From Software games because the devs seem toxic about their insistence on difficulty levels. I wouldn't even necessarily say it's toxic. If a developer says, like, no, we don't want to change this, I have no choice but to respect their decision. And to some degree, like, yeah, if a developer wants to just have a game that's really hard, or if Returnal's devs say, we're never adding a save system, it is antithetical to how we feel like this game should be played. Like, okay, cool. I think less of them for it, but I'm not going to say, like, that was necessarily the wrong... Ow. We gotta... I'm just gonna get rid of that. But it is one of those that, like, I definitely am disappointed by it. Because honestly, like, even within From Software games, they're not actually... I'm not gonna say they're not actually that hard. Holy shit! That mid-boss just disappeared. Like, I'm not gonna say that they're actually that hard, because they are hard. I was just complaining about Dark Eating Meteor as, like, taking weeks to complete. Ow. But... Ain't ready yet. I don't even know what I'm gonna shoot at him. I haven't used my ability yet. Whoops! Nope. Portal gun saved my butt. Alright. There we go. Oh, he's hiding down there. That's what it is. That stinky portal turret is obscenely good. Look at it go! Holy shit! I might just stick to this gun. Let's see. Now, the one that always bothers me the most about From Software is actually very specifically their insistence on keeping invaders in the game. The Dark Souls games are probably some of the most fun co-op games I've ever played, and I think maybe part of the reason why I don't think they're that hard, because playing it multiplayer absolutely made it so that it was suddenly accessible to me that I could beat it. But having other people around to invade me suddenly made that game, I'm not going to say impossible, but, like, I kind of don't play From Software games because the invaders are infuriating to deal with. Hello. How's that? Protection by 10%? Hell yeah. Like, I've had some fun invasions, don't get me wrong. Back when we were doing Dark Souls 3? I think it was Dark Souls 3. In the kind of Anor Londo, like, hey, you remember this? It's Anor Londo. In that section, it's like a very big PvP area. And we got invaded a lot. Which was fine. Because, you know, it was just that area, and most of the people there were actually, like, very respectful. Especially because we put together kind of like an impromptu fight club then and there. And it was real fun for that specific section. But the rest of the game was very much just like, oh good, an invader. Now I have to kind of deal with this. Okay. I just gotta get my portal turret out. This gets so much easier. Okay. Get up to this last guy. Shit. Alright. There we go. The invaders should be optional. Like, why is a mechanic like that even in a game? This thing is hard bosses. The mechanic is literally going grief players. Single player, again, makes me think From Software's developers are toxic. I'm actually pretty sure they are. Like, you don't make a game like that without some level of kind of bullying mentality to begin with. I think conceptually, like, I can get behind the idea of it. But the problem is, especially with invasions, is that they're not actually balanced very well. That, back when I was playing, we were getting invaded by a guy that was like the same soul level as us. Like, same level, but was using... Oh, right. I don't know how many of you guys were here for this, but I actually tried getting my brother to play Dark Souls 3 with me. Let's see, resolution's really bad right now. Chances are this game just looks like ass in this section because there's just so much going on right now. So it does not stream particularly well. That if you want to have PvP in a game, especially one where the PvP is kind of non-optional, the fact that somebody can roll in with endgame equipment and mulch me and my brother who have just started, and, you know, I'm trying to teach my brother how to play Dark Souls 3 for the first time. And this guy just showed up with weapons that I recognize as, like, stuff that you get for, you know, beating endgame bosses. And he just, like, two-shot us both, and it was like, well, that was fun. And I've recounted this story to people a lot, just as kind of an example of, like, why I always get kind of grumpy at Dark Souls, because it's just like, it could be so much fun, and it could be so great co-op, like such great fun in co-op with people and so on and so forth. But that such boneheaded decisions makes it pretty much impossible, unless everybody that wants to play it with you are masochists and are willing to put up with that. And it's like, I haven't gone back to Dark Souls 3 since. Like, it sucks, because I want to play it. I want to play it with my brother. I want to show him just how good Dark Souls is. I want us to do it together. But I know that we're not ever going to be able to do that without having to contend with invaders just showing up to muck our shit up. And it's just like, I don't know. Having the ability to turn that on and off, or having dedicated PvP areas, would make the game so much better and cost nobody... The only people that would, I think, really lose out would be the people that specifically want to go in and bully noobs. And I'm gonna be honest, designing a game around that specific core audience is kind of rough, and is not the kind of thing that I would generally recommend doing. Invasions were always calm until you get to that place before you reach Anor Londo. The thing is, because we were playing in multiplayer, I believe you got more. I could be wrong, but, like, we got invaded repeatedly. I don't think I ever put the footage up anywhere, and I think I deleted it immediately. But we barely made it. For those of you that have played Dark Souls 3, do you guys remember the dragon that would kind of camp the passage and breathe fire? Because effectively, the invaders would stand there and wait for us. And it was just kind of like, I see what you're planning on doing, and I can do nothing. I can do nothing to get around this. Because, you know, the age-old saying of get good only works when you actually can get good enough to beat somebody with endgame equipment with, I don't know, maybe a straight longsword without any upgrades on it. It's just like, I just... I don't want to have to beg people to Blue Phantom for me. Even though people absolutely will offer, and it's like, I absolutely... I'm absolutely... thankful, I guess? Sorry. brain words. I'm trying to figure out how I want to handle this room. But like, I'm seriously grateful that people would suggest to help out in that manner. And, like, maybe if I ever go back and do any kind of Dark Souls content with another group of friends, I absolutely will. We can bother? Oh, we got that guy. I might just... Yeah, I'll kill him. It's an easy kill anyway. We get a translocation sphere. I will pass on that. Hey, we get to go to the Snow Realm. The weird part is, like, this game isn't actually, I'm gonna say, that hard for me. But I know this is gonna be brutal on somebody that actually doesn't have the time or the skill for this. Like, I guess, the way I always think about it, when it comes to difficulty and, like, balancing games, is I think of, I guess, a couple of different people and say, if I handed this person the game, would they be able to beat it without hating me for forcing them to play it? And so, I mean, easy example is, Shell just walked in and is hanging out. I'm pretty sure if I forced Shell to play this, it would legitimately damage our relationship. Oh, is there a glyph that I missed? Oh, well. Let's drop the Parasite Harvester, because I'm not going to use it. Not necessarily because she couldn't do it. I'm pretty sure Shell could get good enough to be able to beat this game. But I know she would not enjoy the process. Hell, I'm not even sure if I'm enjoying the process of getting good enough. The only thing that really makes it worth it is that the weapons are insanely fun. Oh, that was rude. Didn't expect there to be enemies in this room. Ow. Shit. Well, this room's fun. Oh, we got a battle room right off the bat. With these upgrades? Let's do it. It's the room that always kills me dead, though. Let's skip it. I'll come back in a bit. That room went sideways real quick. Yeah, I question whether or not it's actually wise to go here. Let's see, Blade Balancer, Overload, and this one's really good. Gaining or fixing malfunctions increases max integrity. That one's incredible, and I kind of want to get it. Let's see if this room's actually worth going into. Nope. That room won't kill me, but it's gonna hurt, and it's not worth it. There's no turret. Oh, are you shitting me? I guess I'm gonna have to use... Wow, this sucks. Ow. I hit a dude for a hot second, lands, and then immediately get clobbered. Like I said, I'm not actually sure if I enjoy getting good in this game.